You're watching WVTM 13 News.
Welcome back on this Saturday night. Dr. Mark Wilson has served as Jefferson County Health Officer for the past 10 years. He's faced the enormous challenge of the coronavirus this past year. He's just been named Humanitarian of the Year by the prestigious Albert Schweitzer Fellowship of Alabama. I spoke with Dr. Wilson, and he shared some personal reflections. Dr. Mark Wilson has become a familiar face in Alabama's fight to control the spread of the coronavirus, but helping others has been the focus of his entire career.
Serving the underserved, that's really what I'm passionate about. That's what has driven me for a long time.
Even as far back as 9th grade.
For some reason, I just saw examples of people in other countries, especially that were suffering, that were in abject poverty, that did not have health care, that did not have clean water, et cetera. And I just remember thinking to myself, that's what I want to do something about that. It is definitely the work that I have been called to.
That work at places like Cooper Green Mercy Hospital, caring for the poor and the struggling, is in the tradition of the late Albert Schweitzer, physician, humanitarian, and Nobel Peace Prize winner, who believed as people got older, they should grow into their ideals to better carry them out.
And that ability to grow into your ideals and to make a practical difference is something that Dr. Wilson really exemplifies.
One of the things that I've really grown in that has been important is the idea of brokenness. And I'm talking about my own brokenness. Realizing that you're a flawed person and that you're really not any better than anybody else.
Critically important during his years at Cooper Green.
Taking care of folks that, had really fallen on hard times and people that others might be prone to judge.
People suffering from addiction, homelessness, some imprisoned.
In some cases imprisoned for murder, which they actually committed. But they were still human beings that were not fundamentally different than I am.
These days, Dr. Wilson is laser focused on preventing the spread of COVID, aware of the terrifying disease, and that his directives have closed businesses, costing some people their jobs.
It's just been horrible. And I've inflicted pain on people, and I hate that.
Dr. Wilson is discouraged by people arguing over face masks or whether COVID is worse than the flu.
The pandemic of misinformation, the pandemic of divisiveness, when we all should be pulling together and caring for one another.
That's Dr. Wilson's hope as he guides us through the pandemic, the continuing challenges of infant mortality, opioid addiction, heart disease, diabetes, and other diseases threatening the people of Jefferson County.